It's about money coming in that could double Solana's launch and a price setup that will begin to take shape in 72 hours. The seed money is already locked up. Institutions are moving around. I'm going to show you how much XRP could be taken off the market before it even opens for business. Do not forget to click this subscribe button and give that video a thumbs up. People need to know what to expect from these ETFs, so the more thumbs up we get, the more this video will spread. Let's begin with this clip. The CEO of Canaries Capital is here, Stephen McClurg. He was with Paul Barron. They dropped the line, so now everyone is going to quote for the next 3 months. That line said that an XRP ETF would likely make twice as much as Solana. That's not a meme take, people. This is the person who watches the flows all day and knows what they mean. Why is he so sure of himself? The HBR ETF made about $70 million in 3 days. The market caps for XRP are about 50% bigger. There are institutions, banks, payments, and global finance in the customer portfolio. Take a look at Solana. Do not misunderstand. I have Solana, but it's a store rocket. XRP is designed to be used for settlement and growth. These bad guys want this bad boy. I want you to hear this clip. After that, we'll jump in. We'll look at all the ways that the price of XRP could change from these ETFs. The number of ETFs we'll look at ranges from 5 to 20, as well as the amount of money coming in at different points in time. I believe you will enjoy the price, pay attention. In light of that, how do you think these XRP ETFs will do? As of right now, I still think that XRP will double what Solana did in its first week in terms of both volume and total AUM. This is how you can tell that XRP is worth about 50% more than Solana. Look at their market caps. But there was one big difference. The HBAR ETF got $70 million in new money in just the first 3 days. This is something that happened with HBAR last week or 2 weeks ago. It's because institutional investors and business owners know a lot about it. The right kind of people are interested in it, even though it's not a big market item and doesn't sell a lot. That's how XRP is. We've liked XRP a lot for a long time. Even when Ripple was going through it, I would still call it oppression. A lot of bad things happened to them. They did it for the team. Many of the things that the team and everyone else in crypto pushed for led to where we are now. If they hadn't fought back against that persecution, we wouldn't be here now. In other words, we've been right there with them, backing them. They stood by us. I really like Brad Garm. That's it. We're all big Brad fans. Just look at how Stephen gave Ripple their flowers. During the SEC's chaos, they took hits. What did they do? They kept putting up. These desks are meant to last that long, right? These big boys pay attention to that. It's easy for XRP to get twice as much money if HBAR can get 70 million, and Solana proves that ETFs can work. Hundreds of millions of people bought it in its first week of trade. That's the main point. Let's figure out what will happen because the next 48 to 72 hours could be a lack of cash. Before we talk about that, make sure you book your plan call. My partner and I just got off a great call. We talk about everything from lowering risk to borrowing money to over-the-counter trading. You need to book that call now before they're all taken, and you can bet they'll all be gone. I went to ChatGPT and had it run some numbers for us. But first, let me set the scene with this tweet because this is where the fun starts. The numbers are clear. I'll make these all stand out for you. We have 11 XRP ETF items that are almost ready to go live right now. Isn't the DTCC open? 8A was sent in, which means the in-kind creation was accepted. 10 to 45 million seeds are a good number for each product. Okay, right now. That's more than the 5 to 25 million they thought at first. That's what you should vacuum up, all right? That means between 10 and 45 million. We're going to divide that $10 million by the 11 different ETFs to get the total amount. To sum up, forced buys range from 110 million to 495 million, and that's before store sales even start. Between 45 and 200 million XRP will be taken away when these 11 ETFs go live at a price of about $2.40, as you can see on this line. Don't forget that that's just from the banks and stores. The retail ones aren't here yet. Also, look at the seed on this, right? It's not guesswork. It talks about why you have cash on hand right now. It makes the order book tighter. What does it do when the quantity gets smaller? That causes the price to be found. You know that ETF starts, Bitcoin, Solana, and HBR all rhyme if you've ever seen them, right? Add notes, try, and continue. But this time, banks are already using this currency. That's a different animal. Based on this, your seed capital, $100 to $400 million, will be bought in the next 48 to 72 hours. You know for sure that 11 XRP ETFs are on the way, and you know how much to seed each one. That means that each ETF will get between $10 and $45 million. Here's where things get interesting. As I try not to choke on the good beats, I'd like to talk about this. Let's use all of those numbers I just gave you, all right? We look at the total amount of XRP that can be spent right now, which is about 60 billion when we check the price right now. When I made the video, it was about 240. It has dropped, I know that. That's fine. We look at the price right now, which is $2.40. After that, we use the nonlinear liquidity factor to make a model of the supply squeeze effect that happens in the real world. This will be run on both a 30 and 60-day window. Remember, and I can already see the comments because some people don't want to listen. When the ETFs first come out, the price will go down. Why do you want to RIP? Why do the costs go down? And to those who have heard me say that, you're probably thinking, RIP. We've seen this before. When Bitcoin came out, its price fell. What did that lead to? It hit a new high point. What did you do, Solana? Price fell apart. Right now, it's working to bounce back. It's only been 11 days. That price won't start to go up again for another 2 to 3 weeks. Why does that take place? Why is it so easy? Because the institutions set the price ahead of time. This week, the price of XRP went up on its own, as you may have seen. Institutions are in charge of it. Retailers are getting FOMO before this. Then institutions sell, which drives down prices to get rid of the buyers who were paying more. Yeah, taking into account all of those numbers, you have 100 to 400 million in buying pressure, 11 ETFs, and each ETF brings in 10 to 45 million. This is where we get the price. Your ETF count is on the left. That's how many ETFs will be live. This is your C per ETF. That's how much money each ETF will make. Your total flow across the board, the amount of XRP you take in, and then your 30-day and 60-day price from a conservative number all the way up to an aggressive number for both of those times. If we have 5 ETFs live at the same time, which we will at some point, and each has a seed of 10 million, that's 50 million coming in. That's the very bottom of the range. That is, if the XRP ETFs don't bring in the kind of demand we thought they would. Over the next 30 days, the price of XRP will only be $3 to $4, I get it. It's dull. I don't think we'll be there. Up to $3.80 to $5.20 for 60 days. You can expect 380 to 520 by the end of the year. Now let's look at our 10 ETFs. If we imagine 10 ETFs going live and each bringing in 10 million, that's 100 million. If we then slowly decrease that amount until they bring in the most, which we think is 45 million, that's 450 million. There is a chance that the XRP will go from $3.40 to $4.50 to 650. Based on a very low price, your range is 340 to 650 for 30 days. When we look at how aggressive this is, the low end is anywhere from $440 to $14.50, where they're just killing that market. That's 10 ETFs. The DTCC has told us that 11 ETFs are on the way. Now things get interesting because we know that 24 ETFs are waiting for the SEC. We are aware that there are bags that also have XRP in them.